3, 2, 1. What's up, YouTube? I'm Dan Salem. I am live on the BuzzChomp YouTube channel, here to talk with you about the NFL. We're headed into Week 15, 3 weeks of the season left, almost the holidays, and so many teams got exposed last weekend. What are they going to do going forward? I don't know. But first, we're going to go live over on Facebook. And 3, and 2, and 1. Hello, Facebook. I'm Dan Salem. I am live at the Dan Salem on Facebook. I'm also live over on YouTube on the BuzzChomp YouTube channel. You can find me on Twitter at the Dan Salem. BuzzChomp's on Twitter with an extra Z, B-U-Z-Z-Z, Chomp. All right, let me tweet this out. NFL teams got exposed heading into the Week 15. The Patriots, Tom Brady, they were just a few of them. Let me hashtag those, baby. Exposed. Oh, what did Matt? My daughter fell over. I'm sorry, Maddie, you fell. It's apologies. Can I give you a kiss?
She wants to play with you.
Okay. Hi. What was that? Oh, she spun in a circle?
Yeah.
Oh. So, this is my daughter, Maddie. She just spun in a circle. A little scary because she spun in a circle. So last week, we were talking the NFL, and we were asking, now what? Now what indeed, correct? Now what? For many, many teams. Nope, we don't grab cords. Now what? Well, many teams showed us exactly now what. And some of them did not show us such good stuff. We will get the obvious out of the way because the Eagles will or will not get exposed because Carson Wentz is out. Yep, Maddie, they lost their quarterback for the season. He tore his ACL. Really sad. But Nick Foles has been good. He has started and played pretty well. And so, if the Eagles have as good of a running game and defense as we think, Nick Foles will run a good offense. They're going to make the playoffs. They already won the NFC East. I know. And so, they will do good things. But they are no longer the prohibitive favorite in the NFC. We'll get to that in a second. Other teams exposed. Well, my New York Jets also lost their quarterback for the rest of the year. Josh McCown broke his hand. That sucks. And they got exposed as a poor road team this year. They have not traveled well recently. They sucked when they traveled to Tampa Bay. They sucked when they traveled to Denver. And then without McCown, because McCown got hurt early in the game, like first quarter-ish, they just were not in sync. They could not do much of anything. And therefore, they got exposed for a stagnant offense without a dynamic play caller. Now, you may say that, but Josh McCown was having a career year. He was leading the league in many statistical categories at quarterback, and he was just helping the Jets offense click. He had perfect timing with the wide receivers, so they got exposed. But let's run down the actual results because no one really cares about the Jets getting exposed. They only care about playoff teams. Saints-Falcons. Well, the Falcons proved that they're still a force, and I'm not surprised. The Saints are human. That's what they got exposed. They were human. Now, they were on the road. They lost a close game 2017, but they're human. I mean, they will make the playoffs. I'd be shocked if they don't, but I'm not sure they win the division at 9-4, 8-5. There's only a game apart now, and there's a lot of football left to be played over these next 3 weeks of action. I know, Maddie. So the Saints got exposed for being human. I don't believe in the Dallas Cowboys as of yet, but Ezekiel Elliott returns next week. And so if they win out, they'll be, 10-6. That could steal them a wild card spot depending on other teams' fall. But nothing really came of them beating the Giants. Nothing really came of Buffalo beating the Colts. Buffalo was proven that they like most everyone else, can't play in the snow. They needed overtime to beat the Colts. I don't think Buffalo makes the playoffs. I think they were exposed as a slightly above average football team. The Bengals were exposed as pretenders because they got whomped on at home by the Chicago Bears and basically knocked out of the playoffs. And unless an 8-8 makes it, that'd be shocking. They got knocked out. Green Bay got exposed as a pretender, even though they did beat the Browns, but they needed overtime to do it. I know, right? Now, Aaron Rodgers may or may not come back. If he comes back right now, and they went out, look out. But I don't think so. I think the Packers, they were done. The Raiders lost to the Chiefs. They are not officially out, but I'm going to call them RIP'd. And Kansas City, they're holding it together. So was Kansas City exposed? I think they got exposed by the Jets 2 weeks ago, but then they proved that they could still hang it up, and they were at home. So I don't know. I mean, they might just be a good home team right now. I don't trust Kansas City. I don't trust the Lions either, even though they beat the Bucks. Now the Vikings 10-3, Panthers 9-4. Those are two of the best teams in the NFC, I think. At least record-wise, they are. The Panthers definitely exposed the Vikings. Carolina looked much better than I would have expected because their offense hadn't been great of late, but they put up 31 points. Jonathan Stewart ran all over the place, 3 touchdowns. So basically, the point is, Carolina is going to make some noise in the playoffs, especially if they're playing at home. If they can manage to steal that division from New Orleans, they are going to be a force. Minnesota should win their division, but I don't know. I'm going to skip over 49ers, Texans, and Jets, Broncos. What do we see? Nothing was really exposed. 49ers are better with Garoppolo. That is a positive sign. I mean, I was a big Beathard fan, their rookie quarterback, but Garoppolo appears worth his muster as they won by 10 on the road, even though the Texans kind of stink. No, stop. I would say one of the big teams exposed this year. Dun, dun, dun. Drum roll, please. Todd and I wrote about this, and it'll go up in NFL Spin Zone tomorrow. Tennessee Titans. They lost to the Arizona Cardinals, who I think are boringly average. Right, Maddie? The Cardinals are boringly average. And the Tennessee Titans, they lost 12-7. He scored 1 touchdown in the second quarter. They got shut out in the second half. Marcus Mariota potentially hurt his knee. He hurt his knee. I don't know how serious it is. And so I just think that they're pretenders. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think that too many other teams in the AFC have momentum. Tennessee has no momentum. You want back up? Tennessee has no momentum, Maddie. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I'm sorry. They're not our team, though, and our team's not going to make the playoffs either. Chargers. I picked the Chargers before the season to make the playoffs as a wild card. They may even win their division, but this looks to be a very good pick on my part. They're 7-6. They just whooped on the Redskins 30-13, and they have a favorable schedule down the stretch. I mean, the Redskins were exposed as pretenders. The Chargers are in the driver's seat, in my opinion. Everyone's saying Kansas City's in the driver's seat. I think the Chargers are in the driver's seat. The Eagles still beat the Rams, but I don't know. They're not prohibitive favorites now. We've known the Rams are human, but they're a good team. They'll hang on and win the West. I don't believe in Seattle because they were exposed by the Jaguars. Jaguars are a good team. They have really good defense. And they won that game late. Jaguars are in the playoffs. They're going to win their division. Now write that down. I think Seattle misses it this season. Ravens lost a heartbreaker to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh wins every game super close. That tends to balance out. All Pittsburgh is hoping is that it doesn't balance out in the playoffs, because that would stink for them, getting eliminated early. They won by 1 point, 39-38, crazy game. Baltimore, they're a good team, but just like last year, they lost 3 in a row at the end of the season to miss the playoffs. It seems to be heading in a similar direction for Baltimore this year, unfortunately. And our biggest, which is why they're the picture, the New England Patriots got exposed by the Dolphins. Now, I've been on the Dolphins this year because they suck. And at their worst, they were really bad. They're about the same as the Jets. They played good in spurts. Overall, average or bad. Not a good team. They're not a playoff team. They're slightly above average at times. Jay Cutler's had himself a good game, and the Dolphins' defense actually forced 2 interceptions by Tom Brady. Basically, the Patriots were exposed as human. She dropped them. Yeah, New England Patriots are human, Maddie. They have Pittsburgh. That's a tough play. And so if they don't secure home field advantage against Pittsburgh this weekend, they are going to have to go on the road before they get to the Super Bowl if they can get back. and defend their title. And that's not a good sign for them, as they barely they lost 27-20. I don't think the game was nearly as close as the final score. They scored at the very end too to close the gap. They were on the road in Miami. Not a good sign for New England. But if we look at the standings, and we look at the playoff standings, Pittsburgh's already clinched the spot. And then we got New England, Jacksonville, Kansas City, Tennessee, Buffalo right now, but Buffalo's going to lose. They're going to lose their spot. It's going to be the Chargers, and in my opinion, the Chargers and the Ravens. Yeah, that's what I picked early, or Chiefs and Ravens as the wild cards. I don't believe in Tennessee. I don't believe in Buffalo. I don't believe in those teams, Madeline. Oh, you're kicking hard. Philly clinched. Right now it's Minnesota, LA, New Orleans, and Carolina, with Falcons and pulling up the final wildcard spot. Seattle and Detroit are on the outside looking in, as are Green Bay and Dallas. I think it's going to stay that way. I really think these are our teams. I don't think anyone's going to make a late run. If the Cowboys can make a late run, but I don't think Green Bay, Detroit will do it. You still chewing on a piece of food? Okay, don't choke on it. And I think Atlanta's going to make the playoffs. I think they'll get back. All right, before we run through this week's games, which are a monster. Any major headlines outside of the major injuries? The Patriots are going to sign wide receiver Kenny Britt. They need some help. I agree. Another quarterback, Savage, gone out for the Houston with a concussion. That's no good. All right. So the schedule for this week, because this is week 15. This is like the week. Because the last 2 weeks, a lot of teams rest the final week of the season, 17. This is your fantasy playoffs kicking off, most likely. Mine are. I'm in. Woo! This week and next week. Big stuff. The Thursday night game's a clunker between Denver and Indianapolis. Nobody cares who wins that. There are 2 Saturday games because college football is over. Chicago and Detroit, and the Chargers, Chiefs. Now, only one of those games matters. Detroit, I guess, if they win, they're 8-6. They're still in the playoff hunt. But the Chargers, Chiefs is for the AFC West, Maddie. We want our LA Chargers to win that football game. Woo! I think they do it. They are playing better in Kansas City right now. Miami, Buffalo. Buffalo needs that to stay alive in the playoffs. I actually think Miami might knock them off and end the debate. Oh, someone's getting a little cranky. Mandy, I think she needs a personal assistance. I think so. Baltimore, Cleveland. That means the Ravens are going to win that game, and the Ravens have a very easy schedule.
No, she didn't.
Oh, just gas. Just gas. Sorry, I know you're hungry too. I'll get you in a minute. Give me 5. The Ravens got an easy schedule down the stretch, starting with this game against the Browns. So I don't think that they're going to have a repeat of last season. I think that they can steal a playoff spot from Buffalo and Tennessee because of their easy schedule. Whereas Tennessee has a tough schedule. They have to play Jacksonville and the LA Rams. Minnesota, Cincinnati. The Vikings better win that game because Cincinnati got exposed last week. Jets, Saints. The Jets will have been completely written off for this because they'll have their backup quarterback in, Bryce Petty, starting. They're on the road. New Orleans is in the driver's seat. Somehow the Saints managed to lose this game. They don't deserve to make the playoffs. I'd be shocked. They should beat up on the Jets. Jets season kind of done now that McCown's out. Now he was their leader. Eagles, Giants. This is like a good test game for the Eagles, right? Now they're on the road in New York, but the Giants are terrible. They're awful. And who knows if they'll play Eli Manning again or not, because they really do need to take a look at their backup quarterback, rookie quarterback, Davis Webb. Therefore, this is a great game for Nick Foles. I feel like they could get out to like a 21-0 lead and then let Nick Foles air it out and try to find some rhythm and really test him and the offense as the game goes on, because they should have an early lead. Ooh, Maddie likes lettuce. Yeah. I think this is perfect for the Eagles. They couldn't have asked for a better opponent coming out of the Wentz injury. Because, look at Dallas. They spanked the Giants 30-10. the Eagles would win 50-5. But with Nick Foles in there, maybe it's 28-7. Arizona, Washington, those team seasons are both over in my opinion. Green Bay, Carolina. Both these teams need this game. Carolina, if they really want to win the division, they need it. They're at home. And Green Bay barely beat the Browns. So Carolina should win this game. The asterisk is if Aaron Rodgers returns. If Aaron Rodgers returns, I will bet my money on Green Bay. Just he seems to pull things out of his hat. It's true. Houston, Jacksonville, the Jaguars should manhandle the Texans at home. That's just great for them to get an extra victory in their pocket over the Tennessee. And then LA Rams, Seattle. If Seattle wins this game, they'll be 2-0 against the Rams. Good, right? Yummy. And that's bad news for the LA Rams because Seattle's on the outside of the playoff picture. But if they win, they'll be tied with the Rams and they'll have the division lead. And then the Rams will be on the outside of the playoff picture. So the LA Rams really need this game badly. But they're in Seattle. It's tough. It's tough. I want the LA Rams to win. I feel like I would bet on Seattle because they're home. Because these are two close teams. New England, Pittsburgh. Oh, the Patriots don't lose back-to-back games, but they are on the road in Pittsburgh, who seems to have all the luck this year, winning every game tight. I'm going to go with the Patriots because they don't lose back-to-back, especially not late in the year. And after getting humiliated on Monday Night Football in Miami, they will be in prove-it mode. And I don't think Pittsburgh is as good as their record. I know they put up 39 on Baltimore. I know they won. But somehow they just feel like the team that's destined to fall on its face at any minute because it's just too close every week. Tennessee, San Francisco. Now this is the Titans' lone easy game. Yet I would have thought that them playing the Cardinals would have been easy. They are on the road in San Francisco, who has a momentum. I think they have a 2-game winning streak with Garoppolo. They're going to keep it going. I mean, they don't care about what pick they want. They want to win. They want respectability. This is great for their football team. And they're going to keep it rolling. I got the 49ers in this game. I don't like the mojo the Titans have going on right now. And I like what San Francisco's doing. I know, Maddie. Dallas, Oakland. Dallas desperately need this, but I think the Raiders win at home. I don't believe in the Cowboys this year. It'll be too little too late when Ezekiel Elliott returns. And finally, Atlanta will get to beat up on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday Night Football. That should be fun. Ooh, so, do I dare make predictions? Well, this will be my final live stream of the year. I am traveling next Tuesday, and the following week is Boxing Day. So I will return January 2nd. The season will have finito. The final day of the season is January 1st, Monday Night Football. Most of the games will be finished. Most teams will finish December 31st on that Sunday. Therefore, when I return from my much-deserved holiday break, these final 3 weeks of NFL action will have taken place. We will know our playoff teams. We will get to see which other coaches got fired. We will get to see what the first-round playoff matchups will be. We will get to see who failed and who succeeded at doing something with these final 3 games over the holidays. Oh yeah, boom, this is fun. So, I believe New England's got a division. Pittsburgh's got a division. I think the Jaguars win their division. I think the Chargers win the division. Ooh, you love that lettuce. Yeah, the LA Chargers are going to win their division. The Chiefs will get the wild card, and I believe the Ravens get the final wild card over Tennessee and Buffalo. That's my predictions. Sure to be proven right because I made them in August. Cheers to that. All right, NFC. A little less bold. I mean, Philly's got their division. I think that Carolina will win their division. I think that Minnesota's got theirs, and I believe the LA Rams will hold on against Seattle because Seattle keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. So that leaves 2 wild card spots. Atlanta and New Orleans. Seattle's on the outside of the playoffs, and the NFC South is like the behemoth division this year with 3 monster teams in the playoffs. So those will be our 12 representatives, 6 from each conference. It's going to be crazy because I don't see a clear favorite in either division, either conference. I mean, I would have said it was New England until they got humiliated by the Dolphins. And I don't trust Pittsburgh. So I don't see a clear favorite in the AFC. It's kind of whoever's going to be home, and as long as no one else gets hurt, maybe Pittsburgh, but I don't trust the Steelers. I don't trust them. Everything is just way too close. In the NFC, I guess I lean towards the star quarterbacks, which is why it's Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger or Phillip Rivers in LA Chargers in the AFC. And over in the NFC, then with Wentz out, I think that the Eagles has been a nice story, but I don't see them going past the NFC Championship game. I think that they'll make it there. I think they'll lose there. I think it's either Drew Brees and the Saints or Matt Ryan and the Falcons, because I believe LA Rams are a good story, but they don't have enough to go deep. And I just don't think Carolina has enough to go deep either. I think that I see them stumble and bumbling because they've stumbled and bumbled all year. Those are my predictions. We will return January 2nd in, is it 2 weeks? 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Crap. That's a long time. I'm going to be traveling next Tuesday for the holidays. And then the following week is Boxing Day, and no one cares about watching my live stream on Boxing Day. We're just looking at our presents and having a ball with family. This is a great time of year where people enjoy it, take it in. Do not let it pass you by without giving someone you love a hug. I'm Dan Salem. I am live 5 p.m. Pacific on Tuesdays, but I won't return until January 2nd, 2018, 5 p.m. Pacific. I will remind you because you may or may not forget. And we will talk the NFL playoffs and wrap up the season. This has been an incredible run, guys. Thank you guys for joining me throughout the regular season. And we'll be back in the new year for the playoffs. Woo! Thank you. As I forgot to mention on Facebook, but I'm still live on YouTube, @the Dan Salem on Facebook, @the Dan Salem on Twitter, and we're on the BuzzChomp YouTube channel. Peace.